Well, we've got some new Superman set pictures, and they've given us our first look at both Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner and Isabel Merced as Hawkgirl. We also have a mysterious character in blue. Who could that be? Let's check out both of their costumes, break them down, and even talk a little bit about these logos that keep showing up. Is Maxwell Lord a bigger part of this movie than we think? Now, before we do that though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos, but we want to be your place for all the superhero news. But we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you are in the know. Well, ever since James Gunn took up production in Cleveland, us fans have been eating well. We've been getting a ton of pictures from the set of Superman up in Cleveland. And last week we had our first look at Mr. Terrific, as well as Superman and even Rick Flag Sr. But this week we've got our first peek at two of the major heroes, both the Green Lantern and Hawkgirl. Now, we've been getting reports that Nathan Fillion and Isabel Merced had been spotted in Cleveland, but now we've got a bunch of set pictures that give us a look at both actors in their respective costumes. Now again, these set pictures are taken at a distance, but as you can see, Nathan Fillion is definitely sporting the classic Guy Gardner bowl cut, but his costume is quite a bit different. I was a little surprised. There's a lot of white in this costume, but you can see when he turns to his side, there's definitely some green trim and the Green Lantern logo on his shoulders. I actually think his costume is going to be a little unique on purpose, since we've got the Lantern series coming our way in a couple of months. I'm pretty sure Gunn wants each of his lanterns to have a unique look. Now, in that same picture, we got Isabel Merced suited up as Hawkgirl and even taking flight. Now, this costume actually kind of reminds me of the CW version of the costume, but it is so far away, we're really not getting a great look. Last week when we saw Mr. Terrific, some of those pictures were up close, and maybe in the next 24 to 48 hours, we'll start getting a better look at Hawkgirl, but right now I am a little reserved on her costume. Now, I did notice she was sporting the classic Hawkgirl mace, which is something you absolutely have to get right for the character, and it feels like this is somewhat of a team-up moment with Superman, and for me, feels like it's at the end of the film. Now, there is one other character in these pictures, and that's the guy in blue. Now, typically when James Gunn was doing CG characters, well, often you would spot one of the actors in one of these suits on set. You saw this with both Rocket and Groot, and I suspect this actor is actually Metamorpho. We do know Anthony Kerrigan is taking up the role of Metamorpho, and although I don't think that is him in the blue suit, I definitely think that's the character that's supposed to portray. I suppose there is a possibility the guy in blue is Crypto, but honestly, this feels like a team-up scene, and with Metamorpho as part of the film, he definitely needs to be there. Now, one other thing that keeps popping up though, and you see this on Guy Gardner's costume, is a bit of a logo on his chest. Now, many people have suggested that this is Lord Tech, but honestly, as we get more and more looks at this, we saw the same thing on Mr. Terrific's costume, I actually believe this is a Justice League International logo and not a Lord Tech logo like many have been speculating. In the comics, Maxwell Lord played directly in the forming Justice League International, so it makes a lot of sense that this could be part of the film, but I don't think that is what's happening, and the more and more looks we get at the logo, the more it appears to me to be a simple Justice League stamp. Now, I think we're going to have a whole series of more pictures coming from James Gunn's set all week. It's definitely something fans want to see more of. And don't worry, because Gunn has said no major spoilers are going to come out of these pictures. He's not shooting any of those spoilerific scenes in front of the public. So for the most part, I think we're going to be pretty safe and just have a lot of great first looks at these characters. What do you guys think? How do you feel about this first look at the Green Lantern and Hawkgirl in the upcoming Superman film? And do you think the guy in blue is Crypto or Metamorpho? Tell me what you think in the comments below.